Everything,
Data.
everything is good.
Okay.
And
Have you set up the lab?
yes, my lab
It was
setup,
okay.
I went through few labs and
You
it's
can
working.
access Palo Alto Firewall now, right?
Yeah, I can now access Palo Alto Firewall and I did few labs and it is working fine. And I brought my whole network down, the home network,
Okay.
because I'll tell you what happens. And so
Hmm.
when I was configuring a default route, and when you do complete default route,
Hmm.
and what was happening was somehow I can see that the whole network, right? Because I have a router, the FiOS fiber router, and what happens is the router is a 3 port, and
Hmm.
from one port I'm using to feed whole house. So the
Okay.
secondary port of that router, I brought it in, and as soon as I put their router as a what do you call default route from my Windows workstation, which is a VMware client,
Mm-hmm.
the whole house network went down because
Okay.
I'm getting only one IP, but somehow the whole segment, right, the 192.xxx routing from my lab.
Your internet network side portion, right?
Sorry,
Your
I couldn't.
internet network side portion, it's down.
No, it went down. So
Okay.
what I did is I put another router in front of this lab
Hmm.
and I get another segment out. So now I'm totally independent of the house network, so I don't kill it.
Okay.
So, but anyway, that was, hey, it's better to be at home than somewhere else.
Yes. Okay. Any question from previous topic, Hiten?
No, it's not a previous any question, but
Okay.
I'm just wondering, the way we are going, I mean, you think so we will be okay because some of the courses I see, like suppose we have like a few things left, but the thing is, I mean, we have only went 6 lectures so far, okay?
Can you repeat
So
again?
yeah, so I'm just worried that it's the number of lecture we went through. So let's see when we how far
Our
we
last
going.
session, our last session was on I think 7, right? It's a Palo
Yeah, so
Alto day 6.
yeah, we went. The last section was Wednesday.
Yes. And okay, maybe this week we can finish our training.
That's it. So it's only 14 hours. We should be
Ye-
fine.
Yes, we can try to finish because into this section, high availability topic is complete, right?
Yes.
And today we are trying to focus on user ID concept. Let's
Okay.
start this topic discussion. User ID.
Okay.
So in Palo Alto Firewall, you can say user ID. In Checkpoint, you can say identity awareness. In Cisco FTD, identity policy. And in Fortinet Firewall box, you can say firewall authentication concept. Firewall authentication. So topic is user ID. Why we need this topic? Wait, let's discuss scenario. Why we need this concept. Okay, let's discuss scenario now. Okay, Nitin. So I have one Palo Alto firewall device. This portion we are using as a LAN side portion, LAN side network. We have multiple computers. You can say it's a LAN zone. And this side we are using as a ISP side network, or you can say WAN side portion. 8.8.8. We have a outside server 8.8.8. As per our security policy, inside machine, for example, this 192, 168, 168, 10.10 machine can communicate with this 8.8.8 as per your security policy. So this portion is WAN side portion, and we have a security policy rule. For example, rule 1. Okay, into this rule, we have source zone information, source IP information, source IP, destination zone, destination IP, service or protocol, and action we are using to allow our traffic. Action we are using, allow. So as per your policy, traffic is traveling. Traffic is initiated from LAN side network, source IP, for example, complete LAN subnet, destination zone is WAN zone. So you can say traffic is traveling. This inside machine can communicate with this 8.8.8. As a firewall administrator, if I'm trying to verify log information, Hiten, if I'm trying to verify log, if someone will hit on policy rule, I want to verify log information. So in logs, I can only get IP address information. I have source IP information and destination IP information, but I don't know which user account is trying to access this malicious file, this trying to click on malicious link, trying to access this malicious application. You don't have full visibility. You have only IP address information. Okay, maybe multiple users are working, okay, on this machine on a different type. Multiple users are working, but in logs you can only get IP address information. So you don't have full visibility. You don't have full visibility. For full visibility, what you can do, you can create user account. You can create a user account, and these user accounts you can add in your security policy rule. To create user account, we have two options. We can create a user account in local database. If you are working in a small network, so yes, you can use local database. You can create some user account in local storage, Palo Alto Firewall local storage. But in case if you are working in a big network where you have a remote authentication server, like Radius server, or maybe you have TechX server, or maybe you have Active Directory domain service, or you can say LDAP server. So these are what remote authentication servers. How to configure Radius and TechX, this is not our task, Nitin. Okay. To configure Radius and TechX, we have a separate device in Cisco ICE administrator. And for LDAP and EDDS configuration, we have Microsoft certified administrator, for example, MCSA certified engineer or MCSE engineer. So server administrator can prepare this ADDS server or LDAP server. What you can do in your scenario as a firewall administrator, what you can do, for example, in your network, you have Microsoft Active Directory server, for example, Microsoft Active Directory server. So all the user accounts are available into this centralized database. Okay, you have in centralized database and domain name, for example, abc.com. This is domain name. Domain name. So these computers, they are what? They are domain users. They are domain computers. And all the user accounts are available into the centralized database. User account, group account. What you can do as a firewall administrator, you can create a relation in between this Palo Alto firewall and this ADDS server. You can create a relation, or you can say, you can go with integration option. You can integrate your ADDS server with Palo Alto firewall. Okay, I want to use remote authentication data. All the user accounts are available into this centralized database server. So now this time, inside user, yes, they can log in. They can log in into this machine, and when this inside machine is initiating his traffic. So in policy, yes, this time in policy, I can add source user information. For example, I'm trying to add user one, user two. So I can add source user information. So when inside machine will log in into this Windows 7 machine, Windows 8, any client operating system, when he will log in into this machine and trying to initiate his traffic, firewall will check traffic information. Firewall will check, is there any policy available for this particular user account? If policy available, then yes, traffic is traveling. Traffic is traveling, and you can verify log information this time. This time you have domain user account information in logs. You can clear my point? This is for domain user. This is for domain user. In case if you have some guest user in your network, you have some guest user, 2 or 3 guest user, they are not permanent user, Hiten. Okay, for example, in your LAN side network, you have one DSCP server. So this DSCP server can provide everything: IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry. So this guest user, he can plug his cable with the switch. He's getting all the IP address information from DSCP server. So this guest user can initiate his traffic. For guest user full visibility, you can use a concept is called captive portal. Captive portal concept. In Palo Alto Firewall, you can say captive portal. In Checkpoint, you can say browser-based authentication. In Fortinet, it's a captive portal. So for guest user account, we can enable captive portal feature. Captive portal feature on this LAN interface, LAN zone interface. So when this guest user initiate his traffic, trying to hit on LAN interface, so this Palo Alto Firewall will provide him a captive portal page. Palo Alto Firewall will provide him a captive portal page. So please authenticate. If you want to access network resources, please authenticate first. So you as a firewall administrator, you can create some user account in local database, or in case if you want to use any remote authentication database, you can use, no problem. So you can create username and password, and you can provide to each guest user username and password information. For example, if this guest user is trying to access resources, he need to authenticate with username and password. If he is successfully authenticated by Palo Alto Firewall device, then firewall will check, is there any policy rule available? If rule available, then yes, traffic is traveling. Traffic is traveling. So this time you have full visibility for your guest user and for your domain user. Clear my point, Hiten?
Yes,
For full
absolutely.
visibility, we can go with user ID topic. So we can try to create this topology. In our testing scenario, I will show you integration, okay? How to use remote authentication database. So in our topology, I will show you how to do integration. So here we have a small topology. Into this topology, I'm using this server as a LDAP server, or you can say Microsoft Active Directory server. So it's a new Palo Alto firewall device. Before we start our configuration on Palo Alto, let's prepare this server as a LDAP server or as a Microsoft Active Directory server. Let's prepare this, okay? It will take maximum 10 to 15 minutes to prepare this server as Active Directory. So IP address, we are using 200.200.200.20 and domain name abc.com. ncpa.cpl, let's configure IP address now. Two hundred, 200, 200, 200 as per our topology. Gateway 200, 200, 200 dot one. It's a Palo Alto firewall LAN facing interface IP address, gateway IP address, you can say 200, 200, 200. Same IP I'm using in DNS because I've installed DNS rule into this Active Directory server to resolve IP to name or name to IP. Alternative DNS is 8.8.8. You can click on OK, click on close. Now you can open this server manager option. You can click on server manager. And can click on add rules and feature. Add rules and feature. Click on next, next, next. And we can select this Active Directory domain and service. We can select this role, DNS role. These two rules you can install Active Directory domain and service and DNS. Click on next, 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 and install. Click on install. This will take time. So let's move on Palo Alto Firewall device. Into this topology, I'm using a new Palo Alto Firewall box. So let's prepare this. So I'm trying to configure IP address on management port. Set device config, system type static, set device config, system IP address 199, 199, 199.1, net mask 255, 255, 255.0, commit. Let's prepare this Active Directory now. You can click on close. Now you can click on this notification option, promote this server to a domain controller. You can click. For testing domain name, we are using abc.com for testing. So domain name is ABC. You can define, click on add a new forest, abc.com, click on next. How to work with LDAP server or Active Directory server. This is we have a separate administrator to manage this server. We are trying to prepare because our task is how to do integration with Palo Alto Firewall device. You can set password. So if anyone trying to remove this Active Directory, it's required password to remove. Click on next. Next, next. Now you can click on install and this will take time. When Active Directory domain and service installed, the server will restart automatically. So please wait. This will take time. Let's prepare our Palo Alto firewall now. we can configure LAN interface or WAN interface now. Okay, let's prepare this LAN interface and WAN interface. This Active Directory will take time. So Ethernet 1/1 we are using as a LAN interface. So L3 interface, secure virtual router is default. We can create security zone, LAN zone, click on OK. Let's create IP address object now for LAN interface 200.200.1 200.200.1/24. Click on OK. And now we can create management profile. Management profile mgmt ping service. Click on OK. Click on OK. Let's configure now Ethernet 1/2. It's a public facing interface. Interface type virtual router default. Security zone, we can create WAN zone now. Click on OK. For IP address configuration, we are using DSCP option for public facing interface. Advanced management profile, click on OK. Let's commit our changes. Okay, then this will take time. So let's prepare now let's work with Active Directory. Hiten, any question here?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's try to prepare this Active Directory domain and service. Now let's try to log in. You can see ABC. So domain name is abc.com. We are using test123. When you log in into this Active Directory server, you need to change your password now. So password, I'm using pass@123. Now, for verification, you can search for Active Directory users and computers tab. See, Active Directory user and computers, and this is centralized database. This is centralized database. See, abc.com. You can click on users. This is centralized database. Here you can create all user account, group account, OU information. So for testing, let's create some user account here. New, and I'm creating users. So S1, sales one user, S1 user, password, pass@123, pass@123. Let's create one more user account, for example, marketing user. So MKT, marketing user, MKT1, MKT1. Click on next. Password, pass@123. Let's create one more user account, for example, HR1, HR1, pass@123, pass@123. Click on next. Finish. We can also create group account here. Okay, let's create sales group. Sales-GRP. Click on OK. Let's create marketing group now. So MKT-GRP. You can click OK. Let's create HR group, for example. So HR-GRP. We can add user account into this group. So this is sales group, and I'm adding S1 user account, sales one. Click on OK, click on apply, click on OK. Let's go to marketing group, and I'm adding marketing user. So marketing username is MKT1, check name, click on OK, click on apply, click on. Let's go to HR group. So we can add HR user, HR1, it's a username, check name, yes. Click on OK, click on apply, click on OK. Now we can search for DNS also. DNS service, click on DNS. This is what SRV. SRV is what? It's this device host name. If you check this device host name, it's a SRV. It's a computer name, host name, or you can say computer name. So you can expand this SRV. You can see here we have forward lookup zone, reverse lookup zone. What is forward lookup zone, reverse lookup zone, primary zone, stub zone, secondary zone? This is not our task, Hitin. Okay, clear my point? We are not discussing what is zone exactly. We are trying to prepare this server as a Active Directory server. Hitin, clear my point? Hitin, this
Yes,
is
sir.
not a
Yeah. Thank
Microsoft
you.
server session. So we are not discussing about these options. But my point is what I'm trying to prepare this server as a Active Directory domain service. So what you can do, you can right click on reverse lookup, new zone, click on next, 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 and IP address network. So 200, 200, 200. Just click on next, next, sub finish. Done. Now you can right click on SRV. You can click on refresh, right click on SRV, and you can click on launch NS lookup. If you click on launch NS lookup, you can get a proper response. You can get a proper okay, I'm not getting response here. See, I'm getting a message DNS request timed out, default server unknown. So to troubleshoot this, what we can do, we can open LAN card setting. Let's open LAN card setting, ncpa.cpl. So to troubleshoot this, first you can uncheck this option, TCP/IP protocol v6, this option, and now you can go to Internet Protocol TCP/IP version 4 properties, and we can change DNS IP again, 200, 200, 200. So after Active Directory installation, this IP will remove automatically. So you need to configure again. So 8.8.8. Click on OK, click on close, click on close. And now you can right click, refresh this page, right click and launch NS lookup. You can see this time I'm getting a proper response, right? srv.abc.com. So your Active Directory server is ready, Hitin. Your Active Directory server is ready. Yes, you have some user account in database. Now, let's go to Palo Alto Firewall box. Into this topology, into this topology, we have Active Directory LDAP server in LAN side network, right? In LAN side network, into this topology. But Palo Alto is using for any services. Palo Alto is using management port. For any services, Palo Alto is using management interface, control plane. So you need to put this LDAP server in management network side. Your LDAP server, Radius server, TechX server, or a syslog server or SNMP server. So for all services, Palo Alto Firewall is using management port by default. But in your topology, you have LDAP server. You have LDAP server, but in LAN side network. So we can change this behavior. What we can do, let's go to Palo Alto Firewall device and you can verify first. You can click on device tab. You can click on device tab. You can click on setup. You can click on services and you can see service route configuration, service features. This tab, service route configuration. In service route configuration, you can verify now. Palo Alto Firewall is using management interface for all services by default. But in our topology, LDAP is not part of management. In our topology, LDAP is a part of LAN side network. So what you can do, you can change this behavior. You can click on customize. You can click on customize and you can enable, see, for all services, these are what services. For all services, Palo Alto Firewall is using management interface by default. See, for DNS, for SNMP, for syslog, for radius, for Kerberos, for LDAP, for everything Palo Alto using management port. In our topology, we have Active Directory server, but in LAN side network. So we can change this behavior. For example, we can enable 4 services for this practical. UID agent. It's a part of Ethernet 1/1 LAN interface. Now you can go for LDAP server. For LDAP, we are using LAN interface 1/1 for LDAP server. For Kerberos, Ethernet 1/1, click on OK. For DNS, we are using Ethernet 1/1. So you need to enable these 4 services: DNS, Kerberos, LDAP, and UID agent. Just click on OK. Click on commit. Click on commit. Okay, so this will take time. Let's go to local database and we can create some user account. How to create user account in local database in Palo Alto Firewall scenario? Here we have a tab, local user database. You can create local user, you can create local group users. Click on add. For example, I'm creating user 5, password 1234567 1234567. Click on OK. Let's create one more user account in local database. User 6, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Click on OK. So you can create user account, you can create group account in local database. Now let's go to authentication profile. Authentication profile. In authentication profile, you can define your database. You can define your database. You want to use your local database or a remote authentication server database. For this, we can create authentication profile here. Click on add. So I am creating authentication profile for local database. You can give a name, local hyphen database. It's just a name. It's just a name. Now here you can select your database in type. You can select your database. So database, for database, we have local database, radius, LDAP, and TechX. So I'm using local database. Click on advanced. So yes, I have user 5, user 6. I can attach, click on OK. So this profile is for local database. I want to use local database. For remote authentication database, you can click on add. You can give a name. For example, remote hyphen database. Type I'm using LDAP. Type I'm using LDAP. Server profile, yes, we can create LDAP server entry then. You can click on here. You can add LDAP server profile. Let's create LDAP server profile. You can give a name LDAP-prof1. Server list, you can give any name here, SRV1, and server IP address in our topology. Active Directory server IP address 200, 200, 200, 200. Now server setting. In server setting, you can add Active Directory, and now you can define base DN. DN is what? Distinguished name. So your domain is abc.com. Your domain is what? abc.com. So ABC is your first domain controller and com is your second domain controller. So you can define domain controller information in base DN. So DC equal to, syntax is what? DC equal to ABC, comma DC equal to com. And now in bind DN, you can define user account information. So for integration in Palo Alto Firewall, for integration, we can create a special user account in Active Directory for integration. We can create a special user account. Let's create a user account here. For example, I'm giving a name PA user, password. Password, I'm using pass@123, pass@123. So it's not like a checkpoint and Fortinet. Okay, in Palo Alto Firewall for integration, you can create a separate special user account. So this user account is what? PA user. Right click on user, go to properties. By default, this user it's a domain user. Now we can add this user in multiple group. So let's search distributed com users. Let's search for server operator group. And now you can add in one more group, event log reader. Click on OK. So you can add this user account in multiple group. Click on apply, click on OK. Now you can open one more option. You can open WMIMGMT.MSC. Right click on here, WMI, properties, go to security tab, expand this, click on CIMV2, click on security. Yes, I can add user account. So user account name is PA. You can search PA user account, click on OK. And now we can provide full permission for everything. Allow. For everything, allow. You can click on apply, you can click on OK, you can click on OK, you can click on close. Now let's go to Palo Alto Firewall. So we can give a name, pa@abc.com. Domain name is abc.com. What is password? pass@123, pass@123. You can uncheck this option, SSL connection, just click on OK. Now you can define login attributes, Hiten. Microsoft is using for login attributes, Microsoft is using SAM account database. If you check Microsoft SAM account. So Microsoft Microsoft is using SAM account database for user management. SAM account manager. So here we can define login attributes. Login attributes data name is what? SAM account. SAM COUNTNAME. SAM account name. It's a database login attributes name. SAM account name. Now what is domain name? abc.com. Click on advanced. So all user on abc.com. All users on abc.com. You can click on OK. Let's commit our changes. Commit our changes. This will take time. So let's start both the devices, domain user and guest user. Now, you can click on user identification now. You can click on user identification. You can go with user mapping. In user mapping, you can use this option, Palo Alto Networks User ID Agent Setup. So you can click on edit. Click on edit. You can give a username. So domain abc/pa. First domain name, then slash username. Domain name. Domain full name is abc.com and password pass@123. Pass@123. Just click on OK. Now we can go with server monitoring option. We can add server monitoring. You can click on add. You can give any name here. For example, server 1. What IP address we are using on Active Directory server? So 200, 200, 200, 200. Click on OK. You can click on commit. If I'm getting status here, if I'm getting status connected here, so everything is okay. If I'm getting status not connected, so we can check our configuration again. Okay, please wait. Now, Hiten, can you hear me? You can see status connected, right?
Correct.
If
Good.
you are getting not connected status, so you need to check your all configuration again. So we are getting status connected. Now what you can do, you can click on group mapping. You can click on add. You can give any name here. For example, GRP11 server profile. Yes. LDAP-prof1. Domain name, yes, abc.com. And now you can click on group include list. This is your domain controller, abc.com. If you expand this, so you can get complete database, this database. Same database we have. If you expand this users tab, so you can get all your user account, group account information. So remember our HR group, marketing group,
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's visible here. Okay. You can also check sales group. See, sales group, sales group. So let's work with these group options. So I'm adding HR group. I'm adding marketing group. I'm adding sales group. Click on OK. Now you can commit your changes. Commit your changes. This will take time. Okay. Let's take a break for 7 minutes only. Within, okay? It's a 4:43. We
Sure.
can we can continue. Okay, 4:46. We can
Sure.
continue at 4:55. Oh, sorry, 4:50.
Okay.
Okay, 4:50.
That's fine. Good, good. Thank you,
After
sir.
6 minutes, we can continue.
Sure.
Hello, Hiten. Can you hear me?
Okay, sir.
Hiten, let's continue our topic now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we can create policy. We can create policy to allow our traffic. So let's go to policy tab. Policy tab. We can click on NAT option. Let's create translation rule. Translation rule. NAT hyphen pol. Original packet. So original packet traffic is initiated from LAN side network. Destination zone is WAN zone 1/2. Any source, any destination. Translated packet, I'm using dynamic IP and port interface address. Interface 1/2. Click on OK. Now let's focus on policy. Security policy rule configuration. You can click on add. So we can give a name for this rule. Rule 1. Rule type, it's interzone communication rule. Source, source is LAN zone. Source address any, but this time source user, I am not using any. Source user, yes, I can add user account information. You can click on select. You can click on add and you can get all user account information hidden. Remember our user 5 and user 6 in local database? These user accounts we are using in local data. We have in local database, right, Hiten? And these are our domain group. Domain group. ABC HR group, ABC marketing, ABC sales. Hiten, remember? Hiten, can you hear me? So I'm
Yes, I
trying
was
to
thinking,
I'm
yes,
trying to
correct. Yes,
add
sir.
I'm trying to add all domain group and local user account information into this policy. So any source address and user account. You can click on destination. Destination zone is WAN zone. Destination address any application, any service URL category, any action I'm using. Allow log at session start. Click on OK. We can commit our configuration, commit our changes. This will take time. So let's go to machine, LAN machine. It's a new machine, so I think it's not part of domain. So let's verify now. Yes, it's a new machine into this topology. So ncpa.cpl, this is domain machine. So I'm trying to configure IP address first. IP address. So wait, IP address 200, 200, 200, 230, 200, 200, 200.1 gateway and 200, 200, 200. It's a domain IP and 8.8.8 is the alternative data type. Click on OK. Click on close. So you can say you have proper IP address configuration on this domain user machine. Now, this machine by default, it's a part of work group. You can right click, you can verify, you can right click on my computer, go to properties. You can verify now. This machine, it's a part of work group. It's not part of any domain network. So you can click on change setting, click on change, click on domain, and domain name is abc.com. Click on OK. Net BIOS name exists. MGMT. Okay. No problem. No problem. Let's change. This is we have one more machine with same host name. That's why we are getting this message. No problem. I can change. This is MGMT PC2. Now domain name abc.com. You can click on OK. Now administrator, ADMINISTRATOR. Password is we are using pass@123. You can click on OK. You can see we are getting a message. We are getting a message. Welcome to abc.com domain. Click on OK. Click on OK. Click on OK. Click on close. And we can restart now. We can restart now. So this machine, it's a part of domain. So you can log in any user account here. Let's verify. Okay, we have user account, for example, S1 user account, MKT1, HR1. So these user accounts are available into this centralized database, into this centralized Active Directory database, but we can log in here because it's a domain machine now. We can try to log in. Wait. We can try to log in. Now click on switch user, S1. So S1 user account, I'm trying to log in here into this domain machine. I'm trying to log in and I can log in here then. See, I can log in with
Yes,
this user account into this machine because it's a domain machine now.
yes, sir.
So we can log in. See, preparing your desktop, we can log in and we can initiate our traffic now. Wait. See, we can log in. See, we can log in with S1 user account. We can log in. If you want to log in with any other user account, let's try with MKT1. We have user account MKT1. Let's try to log in with MKT1. So switch user MKT1 password pass@123. So user accounts are available into the centralized database, but we can log in because this machine it's a part of domain. We can log in. So before initiate our traffic, let's change our DNS IP first because in my topology, to access internet, DNS is 172.10.130.254. Let's change now. Wait. So I need to change only DNS IP for internet access. So DNS IP for internet access is 172.10.130.254. Click on OK, click on close. And let's try to log in with marketing or sales or HR user. So MKT1 password pass@123. So yes, I can log in and let's try to initiate our traffic. Let's try to initiate our traffic from LAN side network. Ping 8.8.8.8. 8.8.8.8. Okay, I'm not getting reply. Wait. I'm not getting reply. Let's try to log in with S1 user account. IP config space slash all 172.10.130.254. It's okay. IP address is 30.1 is a gateway. Let's verify IP address configuration on Palo Alto Firewall. So interface Ethernet 1/1. So 200.200.200.1, it's okay. Let's verify on dot 2. So 172.10.130.130.191 IP. Okay. So we have proper IP address configuration. Now let's check routing information, routing route. So I have a default route. Please wait, let me check internet connectivity. Internet ping source 172. Let me check internet connectivity on Palo Alto Firewall first. So 130.254
Yes, sir.
host 8.8.8. So, oh, sorry, it's a 191. 191. Okay, so I'm getting reply. Okay. Let's verify here.
I think it changed from 255 to 191. It will work.
No, in my topology, it's a DNS IP.
Okay.
Okay, in your topology, it's a 1.1, but in my topology, it's a 172.172.10.130.254. No problem. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, let's check our NAT and security policy also. Okay. We have this
We
issue.
ne
Again, see
yeah.
this issue. We need to enable. We need to enable user identification option on LAN zone. Let's go to network tab, zone, and on LAN zone interface, we have to enable this. Enable user identification. Okay, this
Mhm.
checkbox. Just this checkbox. Click on OK. Commit and commit. Now we can exit. Let's try. Let's try with MKT1 pass @ 123.
Before we close, sir, it's okay. I got three quick questions. It should take a few minutes,
Yes,
but
yes. You can
whenever
ask.
you're
You can ask your question.
okay. So
Okay, let's try. Let's test this first. Okay,
yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah. I'm fine. I'm
Let's
fine.
complete
No
this.
problem. No problem.
Let's try to ping 8.8.8.8 now. I cannot access. I think some issue. Let me check my security policy. So security policy. Action is allow. NAT is LAN, WAN, dynamic IP and port Ethernet 1. NAT is okay. NAT is okay. I think I have some mistake. Let me check. So DNS is okay, Capros is okay, LDAP is okay, UID agent is okay, authentication profile, remote database, SAM count, name, domain name, all user account. So identification. Hitain, can you hear me? Hitain,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yes, sir.
Let's check log, okay? Because
Okay.
let's check
Uh-huh.
log also. If you click on traffic, so okay, I'm not receiving any logs right now.
Mike, sir, can I ask you a question? One
Yes, 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 yes.
from Palo Alto, can we ping before we go one layer down and ping?
Uh, Where you want to ping? You think LAN side
From
network,
Palo,
WAN side
no,
network?
no, no, from when side of a Palo Alto networks, can we go out? That's the first question.
See, from Palo Alto, I can go to internet side. See, I can ping to 8.8.8.
Okay, oh, that's what my question was. Okay, so the we good
We
then.
are getting reply. So
Yeah,
we have a internet connectivity via
yeah,
this side.
that's
We have
yeah.
internet connectivity, but our traffic is not traveling.
Just wait. Okay, got
Yes.
it.
Wait. Let me check again. I'm using a new machine. Okay, Hiten, please wait.
Oh, yeah, good, good, no problem. So you have a professional version, right? The Polo, no,
Windows
EV,
7 Professional. Yes.
no, EVNG.
EVNT, yes, professional.
Okay.
Welcome to abc.com domain. Okay. Let's restart this machine now.
Just wondering, even if you are not on a domain and with the local database, can we go out? So at least we can bypass Active Directory issue.
Yes, we can try. We can try. We can go with local user account information. We can do this.
Yeah,
But let's
yeah,
verify this. Uh,
yeah. Just for a
our
giggle,
Active
I
Directory is
figured,
working or not
yeah,
properly because integration is complete, okay? But we have to
yeah.
check the domain is working or not fine. Because in a real network, you can get always Active Directory scenario or a remote authentication scenario. In real network, remote authentication scenario. Let's try to log in with S1 user.
Maybe it required reboot. I guess reboot done. It works.
Let's try now, okay? It's a new machine within, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now let's try to
Good, good.
let's try to ping, for example, 8.8.8 again. Thank God.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting
It's,
reply. Okay. I'm getting
yeah.
reply.
All good. All
If
good.
I'm trying to access google.com, let's initiate our traffic. It's working slow. If I'm trying to access facebook.com, we can access Google, we can access Facebook. Okay, let's go to monitor tab. As a firewall administrator, I can verify user account information. Yes, I'm getting with IP address. We are getting what? User account information. Hiten. Clear?
Absolutely,
Clear
sir.
this lab? This is for
Correct, sir.
what? This is for domain user authentication. Now, in case if you have, okay, let's try with any other. Okay, wait. So we can verify some other logs. I'm trying to log in with HR1, for example. HR1 user is available in Microsoft Active Directory. So we can try to log in here, HR1, and we can try to initiate our traffic. Ping 8.8.8. I can ping. I'm trying. It's a HR user. Okay, HR1 user.
Yes, yes. It will work.
So
Excellent.
if I'm
Good.
trying to access google.com, google.com or facebook.com. So wait, it's working slow. Yes, we can access. So as a firewall administrator, I can refresh this page to verify full visibility. Yes, see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what domain user authentication. Now we can verify, we can test our guest user authentication. Hiten. Guest user authentication. So for guest user, I have this user, this machine. Let me power off this domain machine, power on this guest user. This machine is not part of any Active Directory. It's a part of work group. Let me show you. So for guest user, we can enable captive portal feature in Palo Alto Firewall. And it's a common concept. If you go with Fortinet firewall device, you can enable captive portal feature. In checkpoint, you can say browser-based authentication. So let's initiate. Okay, let's try now. You can verify this. You can verify this machine. It's a part of work group. It's a part of work group. And IP address we can verify. IP address ncpa.cpl So we have proper IP address configuration. You can say IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry. Everything is okay. So for guest user, we can enable captive portal feature in Palo Alto Firewall. How to enable? You can click on device tab. You can go to user identification and you can click on authentication portal setting. This is captive portal option within captive portal. You can click on authentication portal. You can click on edit. You can click on edit and here you can attach your authentication profile. So we have two profiles. Remember local database and remote database. So you can attach your authentication profile database, local database or remote authentication. I'm using remote authentication, for example, remote authentication. If any guest user is authenticated by captive portal page, okay, he can access network resources or internet service only for 60 minutes. Only for 60 minutes. He's allowed to access network resources, but only for 60 minutes. It's a default timer. And you can change this timer if any user is authenticated with captive portal page. So you can click on redirect and I want to redirect all traffic on LAN interface. So 200.200.200.1. Click on OK. We can commit our changes. We can commit our changes. Now let's go to guest machine. Guest machine. It's not part of any Active Directory. It's a part of work group. So we can try to initiate our traffic. Okay, let's initiate our traffic now. Before, before initiate our traffic, let's restart. Wait. Let's restart this window machine. Hiti.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's try to initiate our traffic. I'm trying to access google.com, facebook.com. Inside machine will get a proper response page. Okay, I'm not getting response page. Okay. Let's initiate our traffic with HTTPS. Give me 5 minutes, Hiten, okay? I'm adding a new machine.
Sure, sir.
For captive portal, I'm using, let's use local database. Wait, let's use local database because we have two user account in local database, so we can try. ncpa.cpl IP address 200, 200, 200, 75, 200, 200, 200 dot one is a gateway, and 172.10.130.254, 8 dot 8 dot 8 dot 8. Click on OK, click on close. Now we can verify IP address configuration, IP 75. Let's initiate some traffic. So now I'm trying to access any website. Then please wait 5 minutes, okay? Then can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No
Please wait
problem.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
not
you.
working. It's not working. So I'm trying to verify source. Let's delete these options. So source user, let's use any, for example, any user action is allowed. Nat is okay because yes, it's okay. Let's go to network tab, management profile, LAN zone, enable. Okay, it's enable. I'm not getting any captive portal page.
Come. Yeah, it's a little
I'm looking
slow. It
for
came back.
you. I'm looking for captive portal page then.
Yeah.
I'm not getting captive portal page. Captive portal, it's enable database, local database, redirect. It's okay. This is captive portal page. User, everything's okay. User account, database, it's okay. It's okay. Response page, it's okay. Enable user identification, authentication. Okay. Then can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
This is the mistake,
Yeah,
okay?
yes.
We need to create authentication policy. This is the mistake. Okay, let's go to policy now. Now, after security policy and NAT policy, then we can create authentication policy here. Same parameter we can decide, same parameter, okay? Source zone, first you can give a name, auth hyphen pol. Source zone is a LAN zone. Source user is source address any, source user, let's use any, destination WAN zone, destination address any, service URL category. You can add HTTPS also. Now action. In action, we can use web form. Within in action, we have web form option. So after security policy and NAT policy, we need to create authentication policy. Clear my point?
Yes.
Simple
Okay.
option, simple option. Source zone, source address, source user, destination zone, same parameter like security policy. Service, URL category, action, web form. Click on OK, click on commit, click on commit. And now let's try. Let's try.
So what is web form?
Web form. It's a page. It's a captive
Okay.
portal page.
Okay, got it.
To provide captive portal page, now we need to create authentication profile. This is authentication page. Web form. It's a default captive portal page. It is
Oh,
available in
form.
Palo
Okay.
Alto Firewall
Web
database.
form. Okay, got it, got it.
So we can try. Let's restart this machine because this will take time. So we can restart. Inside machine, we'll get this captive portal page. And after
Hmm.
successful authentication, yes, this inside machine can access network resources like internet and
Correct.
access, but he's only allowed for 60 minutes by default.
Uh, Correct, sir. Thank you.
Google.com. Wait, it's working slow. Wait.
Yeah. We should get a homepage,
Yes.
saying that please log in.
I'm not getting captive portal page. What happened? Why I'm not getting captive portal page? Action, web form.
Do you want to try to flush cache on a browser?
I can delete this machine, no problem. I can
No,
delete and
no,
add a new.
only cache. Just delete the cache with the password or try incognito mode. So
Perfect. Ethane, I'm accessing now. Ethane,
I was on a mute, sir. Thank you, sir.
now it's working. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to access google.com, but I'm getting a captive portal page.
Mm-hmm.
Remember our two user account in database? Let me show you.
User one, user two.
Yes, user one. No, user five, user
I
six.
mean 5 and 6. Sorry.
So let's try to log in with user five. So user five, and password 1234567 8. If this machine, this guest user, if he's authenticated successfully, then yes, he can access, see, google.com.
Excellent.
My God, this is what our topic.
No, but so far you're going so smooth. I love it.
Okay, it's a topic. Okay, so this is what user ID concept. Okay, then
Yes, sir.
now we can start. We can start our discussion for decryption policy.
Yes.
Decryption policy we can start tomorrow, I think. Okay.
Okay. Before we
Tomorrow,
close,
same
can I
time
ask
at
you?
4 p.m.
Yeah.
we can continue.
Can I ask 3 quick questions?
Sure, sure. I think.
Okay. Question number one, on the segment, right? We have like us in this lab, right? Whatever we're doing, we have like a LAN, WAN, and management.
Hmm.
And on the WAN side, right, I have the complete subnet I'm pushing in. So instead of that, if what happens if I put a /29
Hmm.
and I just put only 4 IP,
Okay.
and then I can try to do something called the reverse lab, which is from coming from outside. I'll give one machine, one of the IP
Okay.
of
So you have
external.
one more branch office, you can say, right?
Yeah.
You have one more branch office,
No, no,
for
no,
example.
not the branch office. On the WAN side,
Hmm.
before in the lab, I was getting only one IP in a sense, but now I created a subnet, the whole 24 mask.
Okay.
But I want to give only 4 IP or 6 IP, which is the /29.
Mm-hmm.
So I instead of 254 IP, I mean, 255 0 IP
Hmm.
subnet mask, I was gonna give 255, 255, 255.248, and I'm
240.
gonna only use a 4 IP,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna do it so I can do some monkey business.
Like NAT you're talking about, right?
The reverse net, so I
Yes.
can only go. Yeah, that's what I want to test. So that's like one question. So I can do that, right?
You can try.
This,
I think it's a new for me, but you can try.
okay,
I'm
then
not
another
sure about
one.
it.
Yeah, this one, I have, that I have a community version. I would like to, instead of deleting lab, I want to create a folder with sub lab. It's
Okay.
possible with my software or we
Yes,
cannot do
yes,
it.
you can. You can. Let me show you.
Somehow, yeah, that's it. Okay.
You
So I
can, you
try.
can, you can click on close lab, this option. You can click on
Yeah,
close lab and you can create a folder like this. See, for example, you can close lab. You can give a name.
yeah. Well, when I close lab, I never get the screen what you get. I never get it. I tried it so many times.
No, when you log out, when you click on this option, close lab,
Yes,
not log out, close lab.
yes.
Just try on your side. You can click on close lab. You can get this option. You can create a folder, for example, Palo Alto
Yeah,
lab.
yeah.
So you can click on add folder. Now I want to put this lab. this lab into this folder. So you
Yeah,
can select and you can
yeah,
click on move. And I want to move into this Palo Alto folder, Palo Alto lab. You can click on move. So now it is available in, wait. Now it is available in Palo Alto folder.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try it, see what I will. And the third question is
Yes.
very simple question. When
Mhm.
we had a three zone, like a management, WAN, and a LAN. So
Yes.
when I was pinging from LAN, I mean, when I was pinging from E00
Mhm.
on one of the PC,
Let's create
instead
here.
of,
Let's say create here. Okay. Wait. For example, you have one more zone, right?
yeah,
Right. This is what DMZ, for example.
yeah.
So LAN, WAN, and DMZ. So now what is your task now?
No, my task is not that. I'm fine with DMZ and everything.
Okay.
My question was, what I was having a problem and I didn't know what was happening. So if I on a LAN side and one of the guest user, I'm in pinging 8.8.x.
Mhm.
Instead of that, I was getting, it says reply from the IP cannot be reached 199.199.254 or the IP address of the management PC.
Okay.
I have no idea why it was coming.
This management PC cannot go on internet side because this is separate portion.
No, no, this is fine. What I'm saying
Okay.
is this management PC is IP as a .77, okay?
Okay.
And I'm bringing from LAN side Win, one of the IP address
From here you are
200
trying to ping 8.8, right?
Yeah. So instead
Okay.
of going outside, it was saying I cannot reach 8.8.8, but
Okay.
it was giving me reply IP from 191919 from management PC. I have no idea
So you can
why.
see, you can set a DNS IP here.
Okay.
In this machine, you can set a DNS IP. So you can check your physical machine.
Yeah, I had a 8.8.8 also,
No,
but I never,
let me show you. See, for example, through Wi-Fi router, I'm getting this DNS IP. This DNS IP,
yeah,
this IP you can use as a DNS IP. If you have a DNS IP, then you can ping to 8.8.8. Otherwise, you
yeah,
cannot.
yeah. I don't know why it was coming, but the point was I'm saying it can't say, oh, I'm getting a reply from 19191919 dot whatever the management IP address.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't know why I was getting from management, why this subnet, this segment I was getting IP from instead of coming
You can show
from,
me tomorrow, no problem.
yeah, yeah, I'll see if I can
You can show
replicate
me
again.
tomorrow
But
your topology.
yeah, yeah, good. Thank you, sir. Thank
Yes.
you, sir, for your time.
Let's
Have a good
continue.
day.
Let's continue our topic tomorrow. Okay. Bye, dear.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Bye now. Bye now.